Hey, here we are back on Overtaking Lane another week, and something a little different this week, hey?
Yeah.
So,
Something with your car.
yeah, I'm glad you came over.
Mm-hmm.
You can give me a hand, or at least you can
Watch
me, encourage me from the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it, Dad. You can do it.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to just do a bit of work on the HJ today.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I'm up to?
Seatbelts, door cards, I think you mentioned.
Yeah, look, it needs a bit of an upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll probably show a bit more of the interior of the HJ. And although this has been out and got a few trophies before, the interior problems have been well hidden.
Yeah.
So it's time to do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go and have a look. What do you reckon?
Yeah, well, I reckon before we go and have a look, people should subscribe, hit like, hit the bell, do all those things. But let's get into it. So Dave, what do we have here?
Alright, so we've got the seatbelt kit, so upgrade. So Holden spares, we've got this one from. So this is an upgrade to be able to upgrade the rear seatbelts to retractables, and obviously the front seatbelts are already retractable, but this will also put retractable seatbelts into the back as well, and it'll still have just a normal lap belt in the middle. But, yep, so in the kit we get a few different bits. So obviously we've got our parts for the front, that's the parts for the back, and then you get the bolt kit to change the half-inch bolts coarse thread into the fine thread ones that we require for this. So I'll open up one of these and I need a small knife. You got a little knife? Oh, that's not a knife. This is a knife, no small knife. So here's.
You asked for a knife, so I provided.
I didn't slice my hand off at least. There we go. There's what we get in the rear. So that'll go up on the parcel shelf. I'll bolt down the bottom, and we'll have retractable seat belt with a buckle, heaps of bolts. There you go. That's that one. And then the front. Something like some more upgraded bolts. The front looks something like that. Obviously it goes up onto the pillar. That goes down the bottom, that goes to the pillar. There's a plate that should go somewhere like that. Something like that. And then that'll mount to the tunnel or seat bracket somewhere there, I think they mount to. We'll find out.
Work it out.
We'll work it out. Maybe. And then the last one's the middle in the back, which is just a lap belt. There we go.
So, why are we replacing the seatbelts in the HJ?
Seatbelts are 45 years old, obviously a bit of an issue, and we have retractables, but they sort of don't completely retract. Wind them up a little bit by hand. I have been told that if you do give them a good clean and clean them up, that they will, they probably will work, but they're 45 years old. I think it's time to replace them for safety reasons as well, hey? Mm-hmm. Those ones that we've got there are all meet all the Australian standards. So the only thing is you've got to use your existing anchor points, and if you change anchor points, there is some reinforced plates for certain ones, but anything outside of that, they say should be done by a specialist to keep your certification.
Just a quick question. What about those seat covers?
The old Tigers. I love my West Tigers, but I don't probably love them in this car. It's not the look that I was going for, that's for sure. But you gave me these for Christmas a few years back, Tyler. So I had them sitting there in the cupboard, and
I think it's more than a few years.
Well, maybe. And the seats are bad. The seats are very, very bad. You will get to see that at some point. I don't know if we'll pull the front seats out today, just in case I need to move it, but we'll definitely do some other bits and pieces. We'll see how we go. It just depends how much time it's going to take with the upholsterer, and we'll go give him a visit after. But we need to do the seats. We've got to do the door cards. We're going to replace the headlining. It's not too bad, but there's just a couple of points where it's starting to fall and rip. New visors. Yeah, so I've already done the console, it's all okay. The carpet's okay, although I may replace that. We'll just see how we go with the carpet. I'm thinking of whether I put new carpet in and put some dynamatting or something down, maybe some roadkill. Something like that, just for noise and heat. And then, yeah, but definitely the door cards. So the door cards currently don't match, and they are falling apart. It's got the Premier armrests, which I really like, and I don't know whether Greg will be able to save them for us, but we'll see. But you can buy the reproduction ones for the Kingswood ones, not the Premier armrests. So the Kingswood ones cut down just to here, don't have the bottom piece, but unfortunately the problem with the Premier ones is that they all curl up and go out of shape. So we'll see how we go with that, but we definitely need new door cards there.
Yeah. And who's the upholsterer you taking all this to?
Spec Trim. We'll go visit Greg at Spec Trim. So you might have seen some of his work in the recent video on HQ Statesman. Check that out here.
Rodney's Rocket.
Yeah. Where is it? Which side?
On the right hand side.
Am I right?
No. Oh, they're right. You're on the right.
My left.
Yeah.
It's over there. So have a look at Rodney's Rocket with the upholstery there. We'll be doing something a bit more, probably closer to just original, just a basic trim.
I'm not going full cream, sex spec, couple subs.
No, we probably won't go that far, but we'll just tidy it up.
Nice lush lounge chairs in the front.
These are already like lounge chairs. Hey? These are great. I find this comfy as this car to drive, so I much prefer to drive this than the SS, to be honest. I find this heaps more comfortable. I like these seats, they're comfy, and I think you have them fairly well laid back. That's where I like to have them, you know.
Can you even see over the
full bogan spec?
Can you even see over the dash?
Yeah, of course I can. I just like to sit halfway into the back. It's just how I roll. Low riding.
It's lucky you don't have any passengers in the back.
Yeah, it's true. Very true. You can't fit. But we'll see how we go. We'll do these seatbelts and we'll see if we can work around the cage. Mm-hmm. And if I can avoid pulling it out, that would be good. We'll try and do it as easy as possible. Let's see what we can get going. I have no idea where that is.
Can you reach it now? We've got a good vision of your arm. Can you just get rid of those for a minute?
Oh, no.
No wonder your seats are bad, you're punching them. Is that the
trick to getting a new interior is just beat the old one. That's it. That's how I like to do it. Beat it into submission. You can't get focus on the seatbelt thing. I just got a good focus on your arm. Now, does it come with a new plate, or have you got to put that plate back? Or? No, it comes with all that. There you go. Although, we may have to get this replaced with the interior as well at some point. Looking a bit weathered. What do you got there? Binder. A bit of interior cleaner from Binder. Check it out on our website. I don't actually know if that's on your face or not. I can't see the screen from here, so let's just hope. Binder. www.overtakinglane.com.au shop. Bit of product placement. Yeah, so this is a premium interior cleaner. Man, really struggling with the camera. Look at that. You sure you even need to replace the interior? Just needs binder, see?
Dave then wanted to tell us about an important part of the new seatbelts.
So that stops it from, you recording? Mm-hmm. That stops it from retracting, so we don't pull that out until we're ready. Now, the only complaint I'll make on the product is there's no cover on this. And you see the old one had some sort of a cover on it that's not transferable, but that's how it's going to look. There is no cover. Get rid of the stickers and stuff off the side there, the part numbers, but I would prefer if it had a cover. The ones that sit on the rear parcel shelf do have a cover, so that's the only negative so far in the product.
So after 45 minutes, you finally got the sticker up.
I wasn't talking about that bit. So give me one bolt that fits that thread, and then the others are just all adjusters. I'm gonna have to check this. Which way?
You're reading the instructions.
Which one's which? One goes up the top. I couldn't just give you a thread there.
Ooh. You broke it?
No, just
Oh.
it's tight. That's what I didn't like about this side. It was very tight.
So we're putting the top in first. Does this make it easier for positioning? Or
Yes, because I've got to make sure that I get
nice and straight?
the base right.
Yeah.
Because,
If it's not on the right angle, it doesn't come out.
yeah, so that's got to be that way. That goes on there like so. But first we put a washer on there.
Mm-hmm.
Then we put that plate on. Then make sure the plate's going to go that way. Make sure that sitting flat. That's going to go on that way.
After a good bit of fiddling around, Dave finally got the right-hand driver's side on, and then we went over to the other side to chuck that one on too. the new seatbelt feel?
Safer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Comes and goes when you want it to.
well, it's firmer against the body. You know, the other one was fairly loose, so
Yeah.
it's actually.
So you have faith that it'll lock up if you have to lock the brakes at any stage.
Yep. Perfect.
So we're going to do this one here at the back now. Yes? No?
Oh, yeah, sorry you took to me. I thought you were just commenting to the viewers.
I mean, I can. So we're going to do this one at the back here now. Starts off at the parcel shelf. Just got to take out this. It's some size bolt. I don't know. What size bolt is it?
13, 16.
13 to 16, if you didn't hear. Let's move on the inside so we can get a different view.
About a 13, 16 head with a half-inch thread, I think. Something like that. Or 20 mil.
Okay. It's for all those playing along at home, doing this alongside Dave.
There's probably nobody.
Yeah.
But if anybody wants a good set of original HJ Holden seatbelts, non-retractable, so original ones, then I've got a set here for you.
Now, if anyone's looking to do the same as you and go with this same set, can you mention again where you got them from?
Hold spares.
Old Spares.
Yep. So that's how it's going to look. We'll have a retractable. Just fits in. 6x9, it just fits in, but not properly. But those speakers aren't mounted in properly yet either because I've never cut the parcel shelf. So I'm either going to go back to just some 6-inch round speakers or something else. I don't know. The stereo system's not to where I want it at this point, so we'll change that up later, but I'm not going to cut it up to fit this setup when it's going to change.
Yeah.
So luckily it fits.
At this point, we'd gotten the rear seatbelts halfway in, and then we had to take out the seat. So that was the next thing that we did, as you're seeing on the screen right now. And then we pretty much called it a day, because at this point we'd pretty much been defeated by some bolts in the rear, and we'd kind of run out of time of day. So we got everything pretty much ready to go off to the upholsterer, except for the door cards. Then with some coercing, we did eventually get the bolts in, as you're seeing now. I'll throw them up. And that was pretty much it. So we'll just throw over to the outro now. Let's go. Well, that brings us to the end of this video. It's now a multi-part series. It ended up a little bit harder than we once thought.
Yeah, it should be pretty simple to swap some seatbelts out and take the door cards off and all the rest of it. We didn't get quite that far. We just ran out of time.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess not harder, just took us a bit longer.
Yeah, we estimated this much time and it required much more.
Yeah, so...
it's about how it is with everything, right?
Front, no worries, all done. Front seatbelts in, all set up. The rear seatbelts are... Well, they are all done now.
They're pretty much ready, waiting for the seat now.
They are. It just took... We didn't get the door cards and stuff, the interior out, other than the back seat. So we can't replace the last part of the seatbelts now until we put the back seat in, because they do hold the back of the back seat in.
Yeah.
But the retractables are in. They're all working, and it just took a bit to get those. We had to get the thread sorted for the conversion bolts. But they're in. Yeah, it's ready to go. So once we get the seat reupholstered, then it'll be just drop it in.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll come back to this and again at another time.
Yeah.
Whenever
that is.
The next part, keep watching, and we'll start to pull the interior out.
Well, what if we mentioned if you guys like this sort of content, then drop us a comment, let us know, hit like, subscribe.
Just for something different. We won't stop our other content. We're still
of
we're
course.
back out at the shows. We've got shows coming up this year. Overtaking lane shows, Cars and Coffee. So
we've got the track event next weekend as well. So
but
unfortunately rained out last weekend. Otherwise that would have been the video this Tuesday. So.
Yeah, we would have had the skyline on the track. But
next time.
Maybe a shot of how wet it was there. I've got that. So look at that. Terrible. Couldn't race in that. Well, we could, but it was lots of time off the track.
Yeah. A little bit dangerous.
Yeah.
For a novice.
That's true. Very true. So we'll be back out there in, another week or two?
Yeah.
We'll see how we go.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, let us know what you think of this and subscribe and go and jump on the website and support us.
Shirt. New shirts available.
Hoodies are available too now.
Yeah.
Get on it.
It is quite cold and now's a chance to get a hoodie. So do that. And we'll see you in the next one.
Stay in the right lane.